Square Cow Countdowns. What's up, folks? I'm Slash Raptor. Welcome to another episode of the show. Today we're gonna count down the top 10 sexiest video game girls. Oh yeah. So it's time for the rules. Since all of the girls on this list could easily be number one, I decided to rank them based on their accomplishments and or achievements, because otherwise this list never would have worked. Trust me, it's for the best. Only one girl per franchise. I don't have to have played the games in question, and also, no animals allowed. I'm not into that, and I hope none of you viewers are either, because that's just weird. In an attempt to keep this video more or less family-friendly, I'm censoring any full-on nudity. Deal with it. If you want to see boobs, just go and read a National Geographic or something. Alrighty then, those are the rules. So, let's take a look at these, lovely ladies.
Number 10.
I really would like to put Ashley Graham higher on this list, but in all honesty, she does pretty much nothing in the entirety of Resident Evil 4. If anybody out there can provide me just with one simple explanation as to something of any real significance that she did other than get herself in trouble over and over again, then I'm all ears. But without an idea, I have no choice but to put her at number 10. Even when you control Ashley, she fights like a total pussy, throwing candles or whatever the hell that thing is at enemies. As if that would even hurt them at all. God, can't you just kick them or bite them or something? She really is just eye candy. Oh, and by the way, you can look at her underwear if you put her in her first costume. Those were the days. Good old TNA and video games.
Number 9.
Chun-Li was the first female playable character in a fighting game, earning her the status of the First Lady of fighting games. In Street Fighter II, where she was first introduced, she is an undercover Interpol agent, seeking to avenge the death of her father at the hands of M. Bison and his criminal organization. Now, I've played Street Fighter II, and I never saw that information anywhere. Where the hell do people get this from? I thought there was no story in fighting games. You just pick a character and then you go beat people up. I always remembered Chun-Li in that game as the girl who kicked really fast. She's cool. I actually learned my first Japanese word from Chun-Li. I don't know what it means, but my first Japanese word was Yatsa!
Number 8.
Bayonetta is a witch whose major weapon is her own hair, which apparently her whole suit is made of. Seems to me like she needs to shave more often. Well, I mean, she can do this, but that doesn't really remove the hair, it's just her clothes. Best of all, she wakes up with no memory after a 500-year sleep, so, she can't remember anything. And clueless girls are always fun, right? Right? Yeah, no, not really. Did I mention this game is extremely weird and extremely Japanese? Bayonetta herself is kind of like a librarian, and the glasses she's wearing make her look a lot older than she really is. I'll give her one thing, though. She's definitely well endowed in her posterior region. I bet it took a lot of hours to carve that. What the hell? She has a nice ass, okay? That's what I'm saying. Let's move on.
Number 7.
Out with the old and in with the new is a very common saying. I don't know who said it first, but I'm saying it now. I never really got much enjoyment or any sort of real benefits from the original Lara Croft games. I thought the character was completely one-dimensional, very shallow, and completely unrealistic. Basically just like an uber version of Indiana Jones, except female and an over-the-top sex symbol. In the new Tomb Raider game, she goes through so much, and she develops as a character, and ultimately she becomes the Lara Croft that you originally started playing as in the older games, only a better version. Because now we know where she learned everything. Now we've experienced her origin story. Now we understand why she can be a badass. And it was a great game, and she's a great character, and not to mention the fact that she's drop-dead gorgeous. All around, Lara Croft easily deserves to be on here.
Number 6.
Chloe Frazer is one of those girls who is completely aware of how sexy they are and isn't afraid to use it to her advantage. She has a lot of great lines. I don't know if I have footage of all of them, but she and Drake just have a lot of great chemistry. She helps out a lot throughout the game, too. She gives you all kinds of information, and she's your sidekick for a good half of the game. But a couple of chapters later, she ends up getting on a train, and then you chase her, and then she likes you, then she doesn't like you, then she's with this guy, then she's back with you, and then she still likes this guy, and it's like a big complicated soap opera. But long story short, not only is Chloe Frazer stunningly beautiful, but she's voiced by the very, very, very sexy MILF, Claudia Black. Anybody who's ever watched Stargate SG-1 should know who Claudia Black is, and good grief is she a real character. And have you ever seen her in a mocap suit? Wow. She can make anything look awesome. But I'm getting off topic. Chloe Frazer, she's really cool. She shoots things, she's hot, and yeah, let's just leave it at that, shall we?
Number 5.
Cortana can get away with being naked without actually showing off the goods. I call that look the mystique. As for what she's done, well, let's just say she was instrumental in preventing the activation of the Halo installations, which would have destroyed all sentient life in the galaxy. And although she's not even real in video game standards, she seems to have more depth and more believability than any of the other characters in the game. And here's a fun fact. If she got married, her whole body could function as her something blue. Yeah, no, but in all seriousness, Cortana is a very tragic character because I'm pretty sure she's dying because of how intelligent she is. She's like artificial intelligence, so eventually she's going to cease to exist, but as long as she's around, she might as well help out Master Chief. So, regardless of whether or not I've actually played Halo, I know more than enough about Cortana to put her on this list.
Number 4.
At the end of Final Fantasy X, Rikku helped, everybody destroy Yevon and ended the reign of terror that Sin had been causing on Spira for roughly 1,000 years. I don't remember how 10-2 ended, because I wasn't really paying attention to the story so much as what Rikku was wearing, but I think I've already given more than enough justification to put Rikku on this list, so now let's move on to that outfit. It's interesting, to say the least. I think that just the fact that she wears that is also another good reason that I think I can put Rikku on this list. I mean, let's just say that if my girlfriend was to wear that, we would never break up ever. Some people like the gold bikini that Princess Leia wore. I like me some Rikku from Final Fantasy X too. In that game, she completely and obviously went Charlie's Angels on us, and we loved her for it. God, it's a hot outfit.
Number 3.
Madison Paige is the only female character that you can play as in Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is a very choice-based game, and your actions will completely alter the flow of the storyline for better or worse, and every time you play it, it can turn out completely differently. And when we're first introduced to Madison's character, she's having a hard time sleeping and is basically walking around her apartment in her underwear. Yeah, I don't think she was really designed to be there for sex appeal. It helps that she's just gorgeous, but she represents something that most games lack, and it's just a real woman. So what if she takes a shower? It's like watching a movie, it's just really gritty and realistic, and I guess that's why they showed it. You don't even notice it, really. It's just kind of there. Throughout the game, she makes some other decisions that kind of make her seem like a skank, but in most cases she's just undercover because I think she's a journalist and she's trying to find the origami killer. And in fact, at one scene you have to make her do a striptease, which again is also very very fun to do. But that's not the kind of person she is. She has self-respect, she has dignity, but she knows exactly what needs to be done to get, what needs to be done. That sounded weird. But because she can ultimately end up being the last surviving hero, I think, Madison has unused potential, which is why I was able to put her so high on this list. Because she could end up being the one that does everything, including killing the origami killer and saving Sean. It really all depends on what you decide to do.
Number 2.
What a better way to show off Blizzard's amazing cinematic graphics than by featuring a beautiful woman in them. Leah Cain is a new character who was added to Diablo 3. One of my favorite things about the game is actually Leah Cain. I think she's just a fascinating character. She's kind of a mystery at first. We don't know very much about her. She kind of just came out of nowhere because she was never mentioned in the earlier games. But eventually we find out that she's the daughter of Diablo, technically. And so that explains why Leah has all these weird powers. But ultimately, Leah turns into Diablo as well, except she turns into a much more powerful version of him because the version of Diablo that she becomes is actually the primeval, which features not only Diablo's soul, but the souls of all 6 other evils as well. And when that happens, she tries to take out the entirety of the high heavens. So yeah, it's pretty bad, but it is a massive achievement. Now, Leah herself, let's just say I definitely would not kick her out of bed for eating crackers, whatever the hell that means, until she turns into the Diablo, because that is a big deal breaker for me. Well, I suppose if I put a paper bag over her... No. Deal breaker. Too much issues. Too much baggage. Alright, so before we get to number 1, let's do the recap. Number 10, Ashley Graham. Number 9, Chun-Li. Number 8, Bayonetta. Number 7, Lara Croft 2013 version. Number 6, Chloe Frazer. Number 5, Cortana. Number 4, Rikku. Number 3, Madison Paige. And number 2, Leah Cain, aka the Diablo. Which brings us to...
Number 1.
You want to talk about gender equality? Look no further than the character of Samus Aran. Most people thought they were playing as a dude in a cool suit, but then presto, we find out that he is in fact a she. And she is one major femme fatale. Once a Galactic Federation soldier, she became a bounty hunter and now executes missions for the Federation, all the while hunting the leader of a band of space pirates, Ridley, who for some reason is a big pterodactyl. Why the hell is a pterodactyl a leader of space pirates? Have I mentioned I don't play very many Metroid games? Oh yeah, and she also has to chase after the Metroids, of course, because without them, the series wouldn't have a name. But here's the cool thing about her. Guinness World Records has named her the first playable human female character in a mainstream video game. And she's also quite the contortionist. I mean, she can curl up into a ball, for God's sakes. If that doesn't merit her a spot in this list, especially at number 1, I don't know what does. I mean, she can curl up into a ball. She must like a tiger, am I right? And that's all I've got for this episode of Square Cow Countdowns. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next episode. I don't know what it's going to be, but you can guarantee it'll be hopefully just as much fun as this one was. So until then, peace out, and bye.